pus, and there was nothing that Captain Hooper could do to stop it as he watched from the toilet in horror. The end.
Alright, that's a fine day of writing. Don't go celebrate with a drink.
What the fuck? No!
Fuck! Why is it every time I try to write horror, this goddamn music comes out of nowhere, starts playing, and all the words start flying around, okay? Get back in the computer! Now I gotta confess, I really want to like this movie much more than I did. Goosebumps is a fun and enjoyable movie for people of all ages that has appeal not only to a more modern, younger audience, but also older viewers who grew up reading R.L Stine's books, but it just fails to engage or really grip you until the beginning of the third act, when things really start to ramp up. The rest of it is just, well, kinda dull. The story follows a classic 90s kids movie trope, a new kid moving to a new town, going to a new school, where he meets a new nerdy best friend. He's also got some personal issue he's carrying with him. He has a mysterious next door neighbour who may or may not be abusing his daughter. Him and the nerdy friend break in to see if they can get any evidence of this, and they end up finding out that not only is the guy R.L Stine, the author of the Goosebumps books, but they find his manuscripts, open them up, and accidentally unleash the monsters from inside. And now they have to try to recapture all the monsters or else they will destroy the town. Now this is a great setup, and I love the CGI used to create R.L Stine's monsters. Oh man, it is easily on par with movies like Rise of Planet of the Apes or Pacific Rim. That's how great the monsters are. That's just how great the monsters are. But it's such a shame that the story just doesn't grip you, and too many of the monsters, they just get relegated to cameo duty, and only a small handful really get any camera time or face time. It's just such a shame. Part of the reason for why the story doesn't immediately grip you is because there's no real standout actors. The protagonists are just kind of bland and two-dimensional. I mean, the movie is trying to target, again, two core audiences: nostalgic 90s kids and people who grew up reading the books, as well as a more modern audience. But as a result, it takes a middle ground and can't really commit to either audience. So you got some pretty bland two-dimensional characters, and it never fully commits to the 90s movie tropes, which it's trying to feel like as well. So while we've got the new kid, and we've also got like his nerdier best friend, we don't have the stupid, silly bullies that in real life would actually be bully victims themselves. It's kind of jarring. And it also doesn't help that, again, the actors, they're not really giving stellar performances. I mean, even Jack Black, he doesn't really stand out either. It just feels like he was cast to better appeal to a modern audience of children. But there is one standout actor, and that's the guy they got to play Slappy from Night of the Living Dummy. Oh man, now Slappy just steals the show. I always cracked a smile whenever he was on screen. He's just great. He makes the movie, and I'd love him as the ringleader of the monsters. But one standout performance really can't save a dull first and second act. That will just have you kind of snoozing in your seat. But then there's also the most egregious sin of all, the one that is completely unforgivable when the monster blood shows up. It's red! Worst movie ever! Okay, I kid, but still, it's just something that annoyed me. I mean, come on. We've all seen that episode of the Goosebumps TV show where the monster blood was clearly green. It's supposed to be green. If you're on the fence of whether or not Goosebumps is worth seeing, don't worry, it is worth seeing overall, but it's not a particularly great movie. The first and second acts can be pretty dull, and while it is great to see R.L Stine's monsters brought to life in such a realistic fashion, it would have been nice if some of his more creative creations got to take center stage instead of just some killer garden gnomes, a talking dummy, and a giant praying mantis. It is a decent movie worth pursuing, but really it's something that's going to boil down to personal taste, so it's a bit of a coin toss. Hey, thanks again for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. If you're looking for someone else to watch, have a check out one of my other movie reviews, or how about one of my game reviews? I just did a review of episode 2 of Tales from the Borderlands. That was pretty good. Oh, also, don't forget to check my friend Fowler at Loungemat Gaming. He's got some pretty good stuff too. And, please subscribe. I'd like that a lot.